Do you have a dream literary agent? Here are 3 reasons why you shouldn't. My name is Shayna. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. This phrase often pops up in online writing communities in which people talk about their dream agent, and I'm here to tell you that that is a bad way to go into the querying process. I've got 3 specific reasons for you. One, this is a job, and even if you land your dream job, eventually there are going to be days in which it's not so dreamy. And so if you go into it thinking that it is going to be dreamy and wonderful, when you actually have to sit down and do all of the non-romantic parts of that job, you can become very disillusioned and you can reach burnout much more quickly. And this goes for the agents as well as the authors. This is a job. It is a job that people get into because they love it, because they have a story inside of them dying to come out, because they want to be part of the process of putting stories into the hands of kids and people who are having a hard time and help reach people through their art. That does not stop it from being a job in which there will be days in which you just don't wanna. And when rejections are piling up and things feel insurmountable, you're going to want a business partner, not a fairy godmother at your side. The fairy godmother got Cinderella to the ball, but was she there and was she helpful when the marriage got difficult? I don't think so. Second reason you shouldn't have a dream agent is kind of closely related to the first one, and that is what happens if that one person that you are willing to work with, this is the only person for you, this is your dream, this is the only one that's going to make it happen. What happens if they reject you? What happens if they don't love your book the way that you thought they were going to? What happens if you sign with them and then that book dies on submission and you decide to part ways? Does your dream die with them? It shouldn't. Your dreams should not be tied up in one person saying yes to you. You should have your options open and be willing to work with lots of viable business partners and work with lots of publishers who might fall in love with your book. Having one dream person and hanging all of your dreams on them is setting yourself up for failure and massive disappointment. And lastly, I almost always see people using this phrase in conjunction with agents who are online a lot. And while I think it is fantastic that there are some agents who are able to get online and answer questions and demystify the process and be really present for people in that way, in addition to being good agents in their professional life, and I definitely am aware of the fact that you can spend kind of a lot of time online while still being highly effective in your professional and personal life. There is a very small number of people who are very loud and vocal online and are not capable of doing the work other places. They are out here palling around on the internet and goofballing around, and people really like the idea that they're like, oh, I'm goofing around online with my agent, but is that agent getting them deals? More importantly, is that agent getting them deals that they could not get for themselves? Or are these like agents that are just submitting to really small presses that accept unagented submissions and they're getting digital only deals for you, and they're basically like sort of hand holding you through a complicated version of self-publishing? Like, that's not great. Are you looking at somebody who's going to do good work for you, or do you really have like a parasocial relationship with somebody who's online? Now, if the person you've been referring to as a dream agent doesn't fit that third category, the first 2 categories still apply. If that person ends up saying no to your manuscript, it could be devastating to your entire career if you've been putting all of your mental and emotional eggs into that one basket. And eventually you're going to have to work alongside this person, and you need to think of this as a career, as a job, not as a dream.